So Carmen,
Lois.
speaking for ourselves and all the rebels we know, what happens to us? We get kind of obsessed, passionate, and we can really almost burn out.
I know that I did, at least for a while, and destroyed like important friendships as a result.
Yes. So what I always wished someone had taught me is how to stay resilient, you know, how to roll with it and to not lose myself.
So is that what we're going to hear next?
That's what we're going to hear next. So our next guest is Dr. Maria Sirois, who is a psychologist specializing in resiliency. She teaches all over the world to all kinds of companies and individuals. She's also an author, and very early in her career, she was a rebel at work in the technology industry. Oh. So she's part of the tribe.
Part of the fellowship.
Yes, part of the fellowship. Welcome, Maria.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here.
So, Maria, the word resiliency is one of those words that some people get it and some people don't. How would you define it? And why is it so helpful?
Well, at its foundation, resilience is the capacity to adapt to difficult situations, either acute or chronic stressful situations, healthfully, wisely, to adapt in such a way that we not only just survive, but we survive and begin to thrive. So it is both about managing the chaotic moments well and healthfully and not losing friendships, as Carmen mentioned, or not burning out, and about rising when things are steady and stable. So taking advantage of the easier or the good moments so that we can thrive.
Great. So what are resilient practices? How does one become resilient?
The first thing to know about resilience is that it is an active choice. It's not something that comes to you genetically or just out of good fortune. It's a choice. Resilient folk, we know, practice resilient habits on a daily basis. One of the most significant habits to practice in an organizational setting is the notion of leading from your strengths. So if you have the capacity for creativity, the capacity for analytics, the capacity for building kinship among team members, under stress, we want to be more of who we are at our best. So resilient folk will lead into stressful situations consciously aware of their gifts, their talents, their greatest capacities, and frame the stress from the perspective of, okay, given this, how can this particular strength aid me? How can it aid my team? How can it aid those above and below?
Those signature strengths